The SavvyDox web portal is a component of the SavvyDox content distribution suite. It has two primary audiences. The first is for authors that wish to check on the status of documents that they've published to stakeholders, or also to be able to upload documents other than Microsoft Word documents, which must first be converted to PDFs. The second audience are those that just wish to do user administration, and that audience will be covered in a separate video. So I'm going to take on the role of an author, in this case the CFO that has published out documents to various board members. So I would have brought up this main web portal login screen simply by entering the credentials that I've been given for the server. And in this case it's demo.savvydox.com. So now I enter my username, cfo.publisher, and password, and I click login. The opening screen I'm presented with is a view of the documents that I have published, and I can use this to check on the status of what my reviewers are doing with those documents. The document I'll zero in on for the purpose of demonstration is the audit of accounts receivable. I've sent this out to a number of board members and I want to see what they've been doing with the document. So a few things by way of orientation. If I simply click on the link for the document, you see I'm presented with the option to open in a PDF viewer, remind myself what this most recent version of this document looks like, etc. I can also click on the plus sign to get a bit more detail, the time it was published, the description that I may have provided, and the size of the file that had been uploaded. Moving across the line here, let's take a look at some of the other options that are available for the document. The first area here, the Modify Recipients area, allows me to determine who my current recipients are and optionally add some more to that list. This can be really handy to allow me to log in really from anywhere if I remember that I've forgotten to send it to someone. The second area over here is the Versions area, and this indicates that I'm currently on version 4 of the document. This is where we would go if we wanted to upload a new version, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. This area here shows the number of shared notes that are sitting on the document right now, ones that I'm allowed to see. This provides me a way of deleting the document and removing it from the system and all the recipients that I've sent it to, and this provides me with a view of the analytics on the current document. And we'll come back and look at that in a bit more detail in a minute. Now, the next thing that I want to show here is if I was to drill in on the notes view, for example. So if I want to see what's been happening with the progress on reviewer comments, etc., I can pick this up in real time as they evolve. So what you'll see is I now have my notes sorted by creator, so I have all my board member comments up at the top here. And these really just provide the page number, the note itself, etc. This is really an alternative view on what I could see if I was looking at these notes in the reader, which shows them in the context of the actual document. But this could be quite a handy way if I'm cutting and pasting into other documents or need to pull this information into a spreadsheet or something like that. So this is the notes view. Now let's take a look at the document analytics. Up at the top here, you can see that these document analytics are filtered for version 4 of the document. In this section, describes the overall analytics for the document across all recipients. We can see that there are 10 recipients of the document. There are 28 pages within the document. 5 of the recipients have actually downloaded the document. 5 of them have opened it. 0 of them have actually read the document, and we'll describe more what we mean by read in a minute. There are 10 changes since the previous version of the document, and there have been 10 notes that have been shared with me as the author. Drilling down a level to see what the various recipients have been doing, we can see that board member 1 has in fact downloaded it, opened it, and has read 16 pages. If we hover over the 16, we can see exactly which pages that he's read. Is it currently open? No, it's not, and he's added 3 notes, and so on for the rest of the board members. By read, what is meant by this in the system is that a page is deemed to have been read if a user has sat on it for more than 3 seconds, and a document is deemed to have been read if all pages in the document have been marked as read. So that's a quick look at what analytics are available for tracking the progress of the various board members in this case. If some are behind, they can be sent email notes or give them phone calls asking that they take a look at the document before the meeting. So we've now covered the first use of the web portal for authors, that is checking on the status of documents that they have published. Now let's talk about the second one, and that is uploading and publishing of PDF documents through the portal. In order to do this, simply click on Add Document. In this case, we need to select a PDF. So I'll browse to that. And what I'm going to do here is publish a project status document that has been maintained in Microsoft Excel and has been converted to PDF. So this is called Corporate Projects Status, and we'll remove the January 1 title from here and upload the document. So now I've uploaded my project status document. I now need to assign board members to receive the document. So let's just pick Joe and Mary, and we'll add them to the recipient list here and click Notify. This now sends those off, and we can see that my corporate project status document now has two recipients, and if I hover over them, it's Board Mary and Board Joe. Now if a month later I wanted to provide an update to that document to provide status as of February 1st, for example, it's a simple matter of clicking on the version indicator, which brings back up my document picker again. I browse for it. This time I find the February 1st version of this, and I click Upload File. Now that second version is updated, and the version number is updated to 2, and by default, all of my existing recipients would have already been notified. And that's it. That's how simple it is to publish PDF documents and updates to those documents through the web portal. So we've now seen that for authors, the web portal is a great tool from both the ability to check on what's happening with documents they have published, as well as to publish PDF documents or other documents that were not natively in Microsoft Word. And this is all available from any web browser, from any computer. All you need is a SavvyDox account and the URL of a SavvyDox server.